So how do you automate your email outreach but still get the best possible results, still be effective and still be efficient? Well, in this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can automate your email outreach but still receive optimal results. Guys, as always, if you like the video, go ahead, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Massively helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. So this video honestly is gonna go against the grain. It's gonna go against what most people think, and I'm gonna explain why, okay? But the reason it's gonna go against the grain is because I do not recommend that you automate your email outreach via softwares, via those, that the mass email automation softwares. I do not recommend you do that. Here's the reason behind it. Those softwares are great. Okay, they're great from face value, and I know some of them have like spam check and all that type of stuff, and that's really good. But on cold outreach, okay, and I was actually speaking to a student the other day about this, shouldn't use those softwares on cold outreach, okay? The only time you should use those softwares is if you've got some sort of a landing page, okay, and people opt in, right? If somebody puts in their email address into where it goes enter your email address here, and you click on, and then it takes them to whatever it is, a PDF, a video, a webinar, whatever, those types of landing pages, that type of dynamic, that's where you can use those automated, the mass email softwares, right? For a real life example, if you click the first link in the description, it's gonna take you to a free training. So when you opt in and you put your email address in, you go into a list within ActiveCampaign. I can then go ahead and email an entire list, and it's, mass sends the email. That's fine because, you or whoever, has put in their email. Whereas on cold outreach, this doesn't happen. You're basically putting somebody else's email into mass automated software, and that's where problems start to arise. And that's where you don't see the same results. You don't see optimal results when you use these types of softwares. So with that being said, I'm sure it leaves you with the question of how do you automate email outreach then? If the way that majority of people say to do it, if that way you shouldn't implement, which honestly guys, seriously, do not do it that way. How should you do it? What you want to do is bring on a separate team member to take care of it for you. Basically what you're doing here is you're duplicating yourself. So you're bringing somebody else on to literally implement the exact same processes, etc., that you would implement anyway, but you're just getting somebody else to do it. Okay, so what you want to do, and literally when it comes to finding the person, it's not as strict as finding a media buyer because they don't really need to know that much. So you can literally go Upwork, Facebook groups, Facebook as a whole, Instagram, literally any way to find people. You'll find somebody, okay? And what you want to do is you want to bring them on board. You want to set up a Zoom call, and you want to walk them through exactly the step-by-step processes you go through when you do your email outreach. And then that way they just literally sit down and they just replicate the process over and over and over again. And this way, you're going to be able to automate your email outreach because you won't have to worry about it, but you're doing it in a way that's going to literally provide you with the same results that you're able to get without you actually doing the work. And also it's going to make sure that all of your, your email domain, and in the Quantum Agency program refer to it as email health, you're going to ensure that all of that stays in check. Whereas if you were to use an automated, mass email sender, all of that just goes out the window. You start to go into spam a lot more regularly. And really at the end of the day, if you go into spam when you send out emails, if you're going into spam consistently, there's literally no point in you doing outreach. Because I don't know about you guys, but I never ever check my spam. Actually, that's a lie. I checked it for the first time, literally the other day. I checked it for the first time in honestly years. I never check my spam, and a lot of people never check it. So if you're consistently landing into spam, there's no point you doing outreach because no one's seeing your emails anyway. Okay, so avoid those mass automation softwares and bring on a team member that you pay, 150, 200, even 300 a month, right? You can find somebody very good for that price, and they can take care of it for you, and so this way you will still receive optimal results. You're still going to receive the same results that you're able to generate. Granted, they may be slightly lower just because you're not doing it yourself, but you're going to see very similar results. And that's how you automate your email outreach to get e-commerce clients in the most efficient way possible. Now, with that being said, there is a couple of things that I want to mention, because if you don't implement these next couple of things that I cover, you won't get any good results via automating in this way. I can promise you that you won't get any good results, okay? So the first thing that you must ensure that you do is that you keep a very close eye on whoever it is that you bring on board, you keep a very, very close eye on their work over the first week to 2 weeks, okay? More so 2 weeks, I would say. You want to keep a very, very close eye on them. And you want to keep a close eye on across everything. So the physical emails that they're sending out, but the singular most important thing is that you keep a close eye on the type of prospects, the type of businesses that they reach out to, okay? Because if they're not reaching out to high quality, qualified businesses, and again, there's literally no point in you doing outreach. There's no point in you paying them per month, because the type of prospect, the type of person that you reach out to literally depicts whether you're going to get good results or not. You can have the best scripted email, the best structured email, the best structured Loom videos, whatever it is that you're doing, that could be amazing. But if the person that you're reaching out to isn't qualified, there's no point in you reaching out to them in the first place. So as I say, in the first 2 to 3 weeks, you want to ensure that you're keeping a very close eye on the type of person that they are reaching out to. In conjunction with this, of course, as well, you do want to be looking at the emails that they're sending out. If they're doing Loom videos, you want to watch a couple of their Loom videos just to make sure that what they're doing is effective, what they're doing also aligns with what you and your agency stand for. That's very important. If they reach out to somebody and they're talking about all this different stuff, and then they hop on a call with you and it's completely disconnected, they're going to feel like they've spoken to, 2 different businesses. You need to ensure that everything's congruent. So that's why you also want to look at the messaging that they're actually sending out. If you go down the scripted route, it's not that big of a deal, because obviously it's just script, so they can't change anything anyway. So that's, you don't need to really look too much in depth if they're doing the scripted route. But if they're doing Loom videos, if they're doing personalized emails where it changes per client, then make sure that you're looking at the specific messaging that they're sending out as well, because as I say, that again is going to depict how successful the overall outreach is. Last and final thing that you must ensure that they're doing is that they're actually reaching out to a good number of people per day. Again, if they're only reaching out to 1 or 2 people every single day, results just aren't going to be there. So you need to ensure that they're actually putting in the work that you're paying them for in order for you to get the best possible chance of generating results via them instead of you doing it yourself. Basically that's the main thing that you want to do. That's the main goal that you want to hit. The results that you're currently getting, you want to ensure that the person that you bring on board to implement this side of your business for you, automating your email outreach, you want to ensure that they're hitting the same results that you're currently getting. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense to have them on board. Yes, for the first, maybe even the first month, if they're trying to find their feet, they may have slightly lower results, but over like a 3-month period, you need to be ensuring that they're getting the same amount of results that you're able to generate. Otherwise, they're just not that great, and you may either need to take it back on yourself, or you need to find somebody else, because as I say, if they're not able to generate the same results that you're able to generate, then it doesn't make sense for you to continue to pay them to do a job that they're not actually that great at, okay? And this is another reason as well why you must ensure that you personally have an outreach system down packed that consistently generates you results before you automate it, before you bring somebody on board. Because at the end of the day, if you're still trying to figure out what's working and what isn't, that's fine, because you're not paying anything. If you then bring a team member on and they're trying to figure out what's working and what isn't, that's when things don't work out too well, because you're paying them to test different methods that aren't working. Some of them won't work. So you're paying them, you're basically wasting your money. So when you bring somebody on board, you need to ensure that you have a solid foundation in terms of outreach, so that you can pay them to triple down on a proven method time and time again, so that you get the best results possible and really you get the highest ROI on your money as possible. That's the most important thing, that you're paying somebody. Yes, you may be paying them $500 a month, for example, but they're generating you $4,000 a month because they're generating you 1 client per month. Whatever it is, whatever the numbers are, they were very arbitrary, but whatever the numbers are, you must ensure that you're getting the highest ROI possible on the money that you're spending each and every month. Just like when you run Facebook ads, you want to get the best ROAS possible. In this case, you also want to get the best ROI possible as well. So that's what's got to be in the forefront of your mind. That's got to be your absolute goal. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some practical things that you can now go ahead and implement to automate your entire email outreach for your e-com agency, and really for any agency sub niche. But obviously you guys know that you should be in the e-commerce niche, because it is the best niche out there. And so as I say, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.